Think about it. Think about that shit. And after you think about it again. What movie is that from? This is Mark Bell from SuperTraining.tv, Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West, answering more questions today for the Power Project. I got some good news for you guys. I'm about to be shipped out to Boston, Massachusetts to work with Reebok on a power lifting shoe. Not a Chuck Taylor that was originally made for other stuff, basketball and freaky little kids on their skateboards. Going to actually make a shoe that is made for powerlifting. Not a bastardized weightlifting shoe, a shoe that is made specifically for powerlifters. So wish me luck on that. Hopefully we get somewhere. Hopefully we make some headway on that. This isn't actually answering a question from the Power Project, but this is bringing up a topic that I think is very dear to many of your hearts, your fat little hearts. I had a friend of a friend, my friend Leland Anderson, his wife, the other day. She just had a baby. She said, Smelly's got himself in pretty good shape, and there's just no excuse for being fat. Why are we so fat? She said to herself, which I think is really funny, because this woman is very fit and in great shape, but she did just have a baby. And that brings me to the question that I'm going to ask all of you. Why are you so fat? Why is everyone so fat? People are so fat that when I sit at a Starbucks or I sit at Panera Bread, I am completely blown away. I know how fat I was. I know what you guys are thinking. I know what you're going to say. Yes, I had a gut. Yes, I had some love handles. Yes, I had one of the fattest faces in the history of the world. But I don't have that anymore. I'm ripped, I'm jacked, I'm tan. I changed, I turned things around. Another thing is I never got so fat that my entire body was warped into some weird-ass shape. People's builds are so gross and so disgusting these days that I am taking secret photos on my iPad of people's asses because they are asinine. People's asses are gigantic. There's people's asses that are bigger than their shoulders. There's people's asses that are bigger than their shoulders. That is gross. That is disgusting. And it needs to change. So what's your excuse for being fat? What is it? Do you have kids? I got kids. Check. What is it? You're too busy? I'm freaking busy. Check. I'm the people's coach, for God's sakes. Of course I'm busy. I got 3 businesses. I got the gym. I got Power Magazine. I got the Slang Shot. I got a waifaroo. I got lots of stuff going on. Lots of shit going on. But I still find time to make myself jacked and tan and ripped. And I realize that a lot of you people out there have jobs where you're gone almost a whole day. And I realize when you come back from work, the last thing you want to do is eat a chicken breast plain and drink some water and go to bed. And I realize that everyone's life is different and some people's lives are hectic. But we all need to work on making changes. Everyone can work on being better. Maybe not everybody can have a six-pack. Maybe not everybody can be jacked. But we can all work towards being better. And how do you work towards being better? You stop using excuses. The road to nowhere is paved with excuses. We need to stop making excuses on why we're fat. I hear people say it all the time. Oh, once I do this, once I do that, I'll have a better setup, and then I'll be able to do this, or I'll be able to do that. They're always talking about shit that they're not currently doing, and that when they talk to you, they are never going to follow through with. So follow through with what you're saying. I myself am working with a guy who's lost 40 pounds. He started Carb Night about 10 weeks ago. He's lost about 40 pounds already. Jesse Burdick helped me. If those of you out there that know diet and you know people that could use a little help, help them out. Help show them the way. As part of the Power Project, let's not only help people get stronger, but let's spread the word of being healthier. If you don't have your health, then you're going to really be jacked up, and you're not going to be able to even display your strength. You're not even going to be able to do the things that you enjoy. I see many people around me getting hurt, severely hurt, having life-threatening diseases because of their lack of nutrition, because of their lack of effort into exercise and nutrition. So many different things, so many different diseases and stuff can be prevented simply by eating better, simply by making some better choices, simply by going to the gym. Even just going to the gym and even just doing something is a lot better than nothing. So I know for a lot of people, going to the gym isn't the greatest thing in the world. Go out for a walk. Go on a bike ride with your kid. Do something and stop sitting around eating fucking potato chips and watching your ass get bigger each and every single day. I want to let you guys in on a little secret. You don't have to eat things that are disgusting in order to get in better shape. Every meal does not have to be torturous to get in shape. Your workouts don't have to be torturous to get in shape. Maybe to get super lean and be a bodybuilder, maybe your workouts do need to be torturous. And if you're a power lifter and you got some high goals of breaking world records, your workouts do need to be torturous. If you're an Olympic weightlifter and so on, professional athlete, your workouts will be horrible. They'll kill you, and they will just leave you sore and leave you wanting to puke and leaving you wanting to quit, and so on. But for those of you that need to lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever it is, your workouts don't need to be that torturous, especially in the beginning. Start with something that you can manage. Start with something that you can manage, and that goes for your food as well. Start with foods that you can manage. You're going to get advice, and people are going to say, cut out milk, cut out cheese, cut out this, cut out that. You got to be realistic with yourself. Can you actually cut those things out? Do you actually need those things? What are they for? Why are you eating those things? Why are you eating them? Is it something that always digests well with you, something that agrees with your stomach, and something that you've always had success, or you had success in the past losing weight while eating those items? If so, then maybe you continue on. For myself, a lot of people told me to ditch dairy completely, and I did for a long time. Now that I got myself leaner, I was able to bring it back in. It makes my diet that much easier. If you can find anything to make your diet easier, whether it's going off your diet slightly just to have a half of a chocolate bar or something like that, or it's eating something that tastes good to you, something like that I like to eat. I like to eat salami, or I like to eat like hard cheeses. I won't eat a pound of it. I won't eat a whole block of cheese. I'll just eat some cheese. Peanut butter, almond butter, those kinds of things. I'll have a spoonful here and there, and it just helps me stay on my diet. Some of you people might think that's gross, but find things that you feel that'll help you to move you forward so you can continue to stay on your diet, because this is a marathon and not a sprint. Those of you that are fat, you can lose 10 pounds in about 1 week. You can lose about 10 pounds in 1 week. You can lose 20 pounds in 1 month. It's quite obtainable, especially if you have a lot to lose. 20 pounds in 1 month. So 30 days from now, you could weigh 20 pounds less. How's that math for you? Not too shabby, huh? Look into a diet like Carb Night. Look into a diet like the Paleo Diet. The Paleo Diet is loaded with great information. The Paleo Diet by Rob Wolf, loaded with great information. One of the best books I've ever read, even though I've never read an entire book cover to cover. One of the best books that I've read part of. That's a really good book. Also, Carb Night is fantastic. That's how I've lost my weight. I think too many people out there think that they need to kill themselves, torture themselves in order to lose weight just because you're not eating carbs. It's not as torturous as you think. Once carbs are absent, they are absent, and they're absent from your mind. You no longer have carb cravings when your body's running on fat. I swear to God, I know you don't believe me, but try it for a little while. Headaches, things like that people get from not eating carbohydrates, they will go away. They will subside. But it's up to you. Let's stop making excuses for being so fat, and let's stop having people ask the question, why are Americans so fat? Why are we so fat? Why are you so fat? And that is it from supertraining.tv.